rare find! Hut! Yeah. Okay, let's go! It should be a good spot to rest.
So the Grieger destroyed the nation that once stood here? How horrible.
That logger guy could have just been talking out of his ass, though.
The Duchy of Norgard. I've never heard of it before.
But all that was 100 years ago. Who knows what really happened back then?
True. We don't even know Karnak's history from that long ago.
So they think this Rollo's descendant is out there somewhere? I can only imagine what would happen if the Grieger actually found them.
If what Logger said was true, we should look for this Rollo or his descendant or whoever. But having the Sandras track down 1 or 2 people on its own would be slow going. This is a job much better suited for the rest of the Balta Sea Force.
In any event, it's a good thing we got that gate up. Means we can keep moving. I have the feeling a certain someone wants to hang back and adventure a while longer, though.
How about no? I get there's a lot here that grabs your attention, but we got things that need doing. Ahead of us is the most difficult stretch of water in all of Obelia Gulf, the Flumen Strait. I'm gonna need everyone to keep their eyes up at all times.
What is it that makes this next place such a threat?
Combined with the changing tide, the offshore currents are particularly complex in the Flumen Strait. Additionally, the route itself is full of twists and turns. It's very easy to run aground there. That said, based on the Sandras' performance, the ship should have everything it needs to make it through.
That means it'll be up to all of us aboard then.
Aye. We've made it this far. I'm sure we can overcome this too. Now that we know what the Grieger are after, we can't just sit around on our hands.
Right. No way we're gonna let them do whatever the hell they want to Obelia Gulf.
I can't say I'm not scared. But I'm even more scared at the thought of losing any more.
Yeah, I agree.
I suppose having a place to come home to is important.
You guys.
All right, let's get moving. The Flumen Strait's waiting for us.
Hugel, you're back!
Now,
Close shave there.
No lousy current's gonna sweep us away.
Now here's a roiling patch of sea.
The current's as intense as it is complex. Lower your guard and we'll be swept up in no time.
Keep her steady, Shield Brother.
We're only a few hairs away from those cliffs.
I'm not so sure about us sailing through these narrow spaces.
Don't sweat it. Sandy here is gonna be A-OK. Blast him! Boom! Fire! Now! Blast him!
Take the shot!
We got through the worst of it.
the ship was lurching something awful. Is anyone feeling seasick?
Yup. It's coming up quick.
Face the ocean! The ocean!
Fire!
What's got you so riled, Hoogle?
These rough currents won't let up. Maybe he's worried about us?
He seems afraid of something, though it could just be my imagination.
This is a nice find. Winds, give me strength.
Quartzite under attack!
Cannon fire?
I don't see any hostile ships in range.
Where could they be? Damn! Rosa! Got eyes on the enemy yet?
Off the bow. There's some kind of giant stronghold on the water, outside our field of fire.
Giant stronghold? That's... It's an enemy sea fortress. No two ways about it. Double damn. Their cannons can reach us all the way over here. Be sure to mind those tidal currents. Get caught in those, and we're as good as sitting ducks.
Hostile approaching! It's better than any I've seen before!
Winded!
Massive enemy ship in range!
Fire at will!
Crap! Our shots are bouncing off!
Now they're just playing dirt.
That's an ironclad warship. I don't think our battery can pierce its defenses.
Miss Katja, the enemy ship is readying fire!
Same goes for the Sea Fortress!
Not good!
Starboard hit!
The portside aft has sprung a leak!
We got a fire in the cabin.
More enemy reinforcements are exiting the fortress!
Moderate damage sustained! Miss Katja, give the order to retreat!
Skeeter! Collective fire on the ironclad! Search for a window of escape. I'll use my mana to shift our course. Double quick!
I knew you had an eye for quality. Those are top-shelf goods you just bought. Those are top-shelf goods you just bought.
You're...
Is there anything you require? Here you are. Will that be all? May it prove useful. Here you are. A box lunch, then? Would you like anything? Please take care.
Welcome. Anything? Don't be.
A treasure chest! I think there's something around here. You? How's this? And we're off!
Let's turn back!
In the seas beyond the Lana floodgates. Yes, there in the Flumen Strait lies the perfect stage for this saga's next thrilling act. I shall await you and the Sandros there.
Mana Sense might come in handy here. You? Let's make tracks!
Miss Carter!
Aesir? It's not like you to be so worked up.
Hugel just returned from delivering that message you gave him. He brought back a direct order from the Balta Sea Force.
Direct order?
Well, Princess? Is it anything important?
Yeah. Seems the enemy's main forces have left the Karnak area and withdrawn to the Marine Triangle.
For real? Right on! That's music to my ears!
Might want to get your head checked then.
What do you mean?
Our foes can move freely through the Marine Triangle under the White Shade's cover. Long story short, all those ships that pulled out probably came our way. Most likely to join up with their buddies at that sea fortress. Don't play dumb, Adol. I'm sure you realized it too.
If you're right, then attacking that fortress is turning into a taller order by the minute.
Aye. But there's a silver lining here. Now the Sea Force won't have to spend all its manpower keeping guard around Balta Island.
Oh, does that mean what I think?
Yep. Grimson's ordered the bulk of the Sea Force to assemble at the mouth of the Flumen Strait. He wants to use this opportunity to crush that fortress and the Undying Fleet in one blow.
Damn. That'd be badass.
Bring the battle to them, huh? Not bad.
Once the Balta Sea Force reconvenes, a war council's gonna be held at sea. And they want me to report in and take part in their mission briefing. Which means we need to get the Sandras fixed and back by the floodgates in 3 days' time. I know that's a lot to ask, though.
It's a tight deadline for sure. We'll just have to fast-track the repairs and pull some all-nighters to make it.
Let's get to work right away then. All the necessary materials are already on hand.
Dogi, would you mind helping us load up the supplies we collected?
Say no more. I'm on it.
We'll help too, Mira.
Oghren. How's about you and me patrol the perimeter? Adol and Karja could use the breather.
I'll check in with my dad and see if there's anything we still need.
Aye. Maybe this sounds odd coming from me, but everyone's got so much more life in them now compared to back in Karnak.
Miss Karja, all hands are at their posts.
Final inspection's complete. Parts repaired are fully intact.
Good. We just might make it in time. Dogi! Weigh anchor!
On it!
Attention crew! The Sandras is setting off on a return trip to the Lana Floodgates! That fortress won't make it easy, though. Be on the lookout for pursuers and incoming fire!
Aye, aye!
May as well grab it.
All right. This time, we're getting through without a scratch.
We worked too long and hard repairing this ship to let them ding it up again.
I think I'll take that.
Hoogle, keep watch over the area. And lookouts, do what you do best.
Well, aren't we all raring to go? Those assigned to Night Watch should get some rest, though. I can help with lookout duty for the time being.
Look at us go!
Much appreciated, Mirabelle. Now, let's stay alert and proceed toward the fortress.
This will be good to have.
This appears valuable.
A small boon.
Looks useful.
Strong currents here. Stay on your toes.
Let's make use of this.
Fire the cannons! Fire!
Mana, gather round! Adel, look over there.
Ahoy!
Is that my sister?
Philia. She must have come this way now that the White Shade doesn't need monitoring.
I'm here to take you to the Jarl. Follow us, Adel.
Oh, Princess!
We heard your ship was reduced to wood chips. Yep, here you are, no worse for wear.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, huh?
And you're not looking too shabby yourself, Adel.
What's gotten into everyone?
We know that you and the Sandras's crew were able to topple Yurth's fort. It was quite a remarkable feat in the eyes of our people.
Gunnar. Feels like it's been forever.
Well, the Sea Force was pinned down pretty bad back at Balta Island. Everyone's real ticked off about it, so you can bet they're ready to throw down.
Sure, but the Flumen Strait's gonna be twice the battlefield Ralphus Island was.
Due to the enemy stronghold in your report, you mean? Consider this, Princess. What better chance for the Balta Sea Force to shine than against a sea fortress? It is to that end that we have summoned you here today. We do indeed. It will be laid out for you momentarily. Suffice it to say, the information we received from your reconnaissance proved invaluable.
Hoy there, brothers and sisters. Looks like we got a full turnout. It goes without saying that us Normans have a gift for raiding and invading. But the thing is, we're none too fond of getting invaded. Once that happens, know thy enemy is just a suggestion. I've kept you waiting long enough. The time has come, right here and now, for the Balta Sea Force to strike back.
You mean?
No need to hold back any longer. Go as hog wild as you damn well please. I want those Grieger sent to a watery grave, with their noses smashed through their skeeter-eating skulls! Till now, the enemy's little trio of generals have acted separately, making them a chore to keep tabs on. But now, we know they've all rallied together at the Flumen Strait Sea Fortress. That's our cue to muster up every last ship we got and blast them to hell and back. Now we're talking!
A refreshing change of course, to be sure. But how exactly do you plan to execute it?
Was just about to get to that. Karja, Adol, step forward. Like I said before, we've got to be efficient about how we leverage our mana wielders in battle. Me, Adol, and Karja will focus on taking out the enemy's big-ticket threats. That'd be the Trident and the Ironclad, meaning we'll have to split off from the rest of the Sea Force.
Huh?
Sounds like kind of a gamble. Command over my flotilla will be passed to the head of the second, Gunnar. Meanwhile, we mana wielders will forge ahead and make landfall on the Falaise Peninsula. From there, we'll proceed on foot till we reach the Sea Fortress, using the same route Karja and Adol took a few days back, no less.
At the same time, the Balta Sea Force will form up in the water just outside of their artillery range.
The armored warship and fortress fleet will probably start sortying out in response. While they're scrambling, we mana wielders sneak into the fortress itself.
And what do we do once we're in there?
Split our motley group in two. The both of you will blitz down the central bailey, where we expect their command post to be. That'll shake up their chain of command like nobody's business. Me, I'll be gutting their stronghold from the inside out on my way to that Ironclad you talked up. If the Trident tries to stop me, I'll rip all three of them a new one. I know you got your own axes to grind with them, but going easy ain't in my vocabulary. Any complaints?
None.
Once you've begun sowing disarray within their stronghold, the Balta Sea Force will advance. What began as a feint will then shift to an all-out offensive on the fortress and their ships. That, in brief, is our plan of attack.
Each individual flotilla will be reviewing it in further detail after this. I'll now be listing out formations. Flotilla leaders, gather round.
Well, you heard the gist of things. We're comrades in arms for the time being. My life in your hands, and yours in mine. So let's keep this civil, eh, Adol? Won't have that much time to cover each other's asses once we enter that fortress. Won't be long now before the flotillas are done with their briefings. There's a chance you might not see the crew of the Sandras again. Best get anything that needs doing out of the way while you still can. You got nerves of steel for a kid, as per usual. We'll set out as soon as you two finish girding your loins. Just give me the word once you're all ready to go.
Hugel, you're back!
He just rode this rickety dinghy through the Flumen Strait without a hitch. It's always something harebrained with this coot.
What's the matter, kid? Starstruck by your dear old dad?
This little gambit was impressive. I'll give you that.
Oh? Doesn't sound like the Carja I know.
That's so. Well, I've been through a lot lately.
Anyhow, this is around where your crew made camp, aye? Seems as good a place to go ashore as any. Definitely tough to spot this area from out in the open waters. You couldn't ask for a better campsite.
If the plan doesn't start till tomorrow, what about the rest of today? There's still some time left before sundown.
I'll be spending it the usual way. By heading off for some sightseeing. At that Grieger fortress, in this case. Always best to survey a battlefield with your own feet and eyes before the guts start spilling.
Figured you'd say that. Just try to keep out of trouble.
Way ahead of you. This won't take long. Be back in 2 shakes.
So, where's that leave us? Should we rest up for tomorrow? Guess it is a bit early to be turning in. Might as well stay up and about. Wouldn't want our muscles going soft. Is this the area Gren was talking about? Let's check it out.
Something's there. Now we're even more in sync.
Don't let your guard down just yet, Adel.
How's this? Trouble! Dodge this! Together as Dodge this! How's that? Go time!
Huh? The bridge has collapsed. We'll need to find another route.
Here goes! Here goes! I think there's something around here. How's that? You're mine! How's that? Monosense might come in handy here. How's this? Form up! A rare find!
This runestone. Aye, and a record of the Great Calamity at that. Rollo tried to save his people by the sound of things. Then it says he disappeared. Why, though? That reminds me. You think the Grieger ever managed to track down Rollo's kin? Well, no use letting it eat up our thoughts. Either way, we can't be too careful tomorrow. Let's head back to camp before it gets dark.
I think there's something around here. Grimston, what are you up to?
Ah, there you are. A boar saw fit to attack me on my way back from scouting around. Thought it'd make for a perfect dinner, so I went ahead and hunted it down.
Oh? You actually know how to cook?
Surprised? This is a dish I used to make for Ilena all the time long ago.
For Mom?
Yup, it's one of her favorites. Danmerk-style boar stew. Just needs to simmer a while longer before we can dig in.
Smells good already.
Ilena? Well, let's see. She wasn't quite up to snuff as a warrior, only average at best. But even then, it'd be no stretch to call her the founder of the Balta Sea Force.
What?
As you already know, we Normans were forced to leave our homeland when the dire winter hit. Most of our people continue to earn their crust by looting and plundering. But her, she wanted to create a place where Normans could build lives instead of tearing them down.
Why is this the first I'm hearing of that?
Because it's the first time we're talking about it. The Balta Sea Force was formed out of folks who shared in Ilena's beliefs. A right shame she passed on before her vision was ever realized.
Mom.
Whoop, looks like the stew's all ready. I'll tell you the rest of the story tomorrow. If we survive, that is. Now grab a bowl and chow down.
Right.
It's chock full of ginger, so a few spoonfuls should warm your body up right quick.
This is delicious. Reminds me of old times, somehow.
Does it? Might be that we fed you some as a babe.
Maybe.
So, Adol, you turning the trident into mulch this time, or what? Hey now, put some gusto into it. Your neck's on the line here. That the brand Other gave you? His wave ensuring a rematch, yeah?
It shows itself sometimes whenever the generals are nearby.
Between that and you being shackled to Karja, you're a regular smorgasbord of curses.
That brand is nearing its deadline, so we'd best get this wrapped up tomorrow. This'll be our chance to settle the score with Yurth, too.
I heard you're able to put Yurth and Logger on the back foot. But compared to them, Other's got the edge in sheer force of might. So don't you go dying on me out there, huh? There's no telling who's squaring off against which general tomorrow. Could be that I'll end up taking Other's head. No hard feelings if I do, aye? Will do. We got a big day ahead of us, so be sure to stick to the script. Well, that takes care of the old belly. About time we call it a night and rest up for tomorrow. Right then, you two ready and raring to go? Step one of the plan is to trek north up the Falaise Peninsula and head for the enemy fortress. Should make for a brisk morning walk, eh? Just treat it as a warm-up. Wouldn't want to wear yourself down from the outset. Don't let me down, you two.
Do me a favor, Hugel. What should I do next? It turned out nicely. Thanks for the help. I bet we can catch something here. Here goes! And raw! Let's make tracks!
Karja, send Hugel out.
We starting the mission?
Strike like lightning, hard and fast. That's the creed of the Balta Sea Force. Once they get the go-ahead from Hugel, our men will show themselves on the water. The second those galoots in the fortress begin to stir, we infiltrate.
You've got a big part to play here, Hugel. Make us proud.
Moving on. Doesn't look like the enemy's made any big changes since yesterday. That brand around your neck will let you know if one of the trident's prongs is close, right? Any chance that works the same in reverse?
So what? No one Other? He'll still probably face us fair and square.
Huh. That right. Either way, they're gonna pay the piper for tearing up our turf.
There's the signal. Balta Sea Force! First and second flotilla! Dead slow ahead!
All right, crew, let's get to work. Balta Sea Force, 3rd Flotilla. Dead slow ahead. Steer clear of the fortress's range of fire.
The warning bell. No going back now.
Remember, the 3 of us bust in as a group. From there, your objective is to storm their central command post. Now look alive. It's time to swing into action. Been a long while since our last family trip to the battlefront. Makes you wonder just how much Your Highness the Pirate Princess has grown up.
Oh, you better believe I'll show you.
Here goes!